Howdy y'all, it's Sky. So today I'll be doing a video about the post-pandemic future and kind of what the world's gonna look like post-vaccine for COVID-19 and the steps of like how we're gonna get there essentially. So first off, with everything dealing with coronavirus, of course, we've had to essentially adapt our old way of life in order to function. An example of this could be like online schooling for like college kids and high schools and things like that. Like we still have to get our education and finish strong, but we have to do it online versus in person. And this norming process is pretty important, and creating a new normal is essential, but sometimes is kind of dangerous in a way where you can create false hope and things like that and have a new norm that in the old world wasn't necessarily like appropriate. You just have to make do with what you have in front of you. But how I think the world is going to look like post-pandemic or post-vaccine for COVID-19 is we're all going to be way more appreciative of life for sure, and not take people or the daily things like that we do for granted, like swimming, dog parks, the mall, movies. Like definitely gonna appreciate that more. And then how are we gonna get there? I believe by everyone coming together, following what the government has planned for us, and just following orders so we can beat this and eventually officially be done with it and get to that post-pandemic future with the vaccine as well. Now, some of the costs of COVID-19 for us in the world was all the lives that were lost. That's something that happened that we need to look at and realize it happened, and we need to make sure that we can do everything possible to prevent this from happening. So that goes with one of my benefits that counteracts that, and is that this is actually going to help us be better prepared for the future and anything else that would come our way, especially with vaccines or not vaccines, with like diseases and things like that, and CDC and just all the preparation and everything. Will definitely be prepared. And I do think that this was one of the first times really in history that everyone around the world, not just the United States, around the world was suffering with the same thing. So we all knew what one was feeling. And so I feel like an advantage of this is we can come together as a world and unite and be more understanding and thoughtful. And in that regard, that could help the world. Now, one of the problems with the gap inherency that I'm thinking, and a gap inherency is, solutions falling short from being solved, is you hear all the talk about how, pollution is going away. The yuck in the air is gone, and the rivers and everything is getting clearer, and wildlife and ocean life is coming back to its natural habitat, and the world's cleaner and everything. But the reason why I say this is gap inherency is because although it's getting cleaner and everything, because everyone's social distancing and not being out and about, when we are able to come back out again post-pandemic and vaccine, everything's going to go back to the way it was. The smog, the smoke is going to come, the dirty water, the pollution, the litter, the animals dying, that's going to come back, and that can't be forgotten just because it's not happening now. There's going to only be change, and that's only going to be able to stay for full time if we actually still take the actions needed to make sure that stays around year round. So we can't let a false hope or essentially like lead us to like, oh, everything's okay. But in conclusion, I think that we are definitely going to be living in a new world. People are going to be so appreciative. Of course, there's steps that we have to follow, social distancing and just whatever the government says that we need to do, because they have our best interest. But I do think the world's going to look a lot happier and better than what it once was in that regard. And I do think, especially myself included, I'm definitely going to appreciate the little things in life way more and not take life for granted, because it's not every day is guaranteed. So signing off, Sky Quintero. Thank y'all for a great semester, even though it was really different. Starting my senior year, and I will say argumentation and debate was a great class. And if I didn't get to talk to any of y'all, I'm sorry, but everyone in the class seemed really great, and I always enjoyed the class. But anyway, hope everyone stays safe and has a great summer. Here's Misty. But anyway, signing off. Bye.